the owls a little closer. Two young ones down low and the adult up above. But not great light. They're side lit. I can get them pretty good with this long lens here. Just drove around, lined up as close as I can, but the river's in the way. I can't go any farther, so I can't get a better line of light. I parked here and disturbed his little nesting area, which is a little closer to the road than maybe he or she wishes she had. Now she's coming back, flying around the nest. I'm not going to bother them. I don't bother to take pictures of these nesting birds. I mean, I'll get them in flight sometime. And maybe I'll, if I wasn't videoing this with this cell phone, I would go ahead and try to get a couple of flight shots. But I'm not going to keep hassling it. I'm on my way somewhere, and here it comes again. And see if it. Who needs Who needs expensive cameras? Just take out your phone. But I just thought I'd say a few things about, you know, I've been at this since early, about the beginning of the century, this century, digital bird photography, and it's taken me about this long to get a sense of calm about things. The whole nature of animals being so fleeting, and you know, the missed opportunity and seizing the moment, and that is get you kind of worked up about. I got to get down there and get the shot, and things fly away. The missed opportunity and the disappointment of not having gotten the shot. Well, I'm pretty much over that, hopefully. And just have a sense of calm, and whatever happens, happens. That's a better way to approach this whole thing and enjoy the moment. And so I see him down there. There's a good concentration, and I'll just pull down there and try to slip out of the car and set the camera up and see what happens. And maybe it'll work, and maybe it won't, and life goes on. Well, that's with a digital zoom on top of the real zoom on the iPhone camera. I did get close footage with the video camera on the 600mm, which will be a part of this video. But Lord, was that exasperating. Just like I said, things happen, and what happened was the gimbal head worked great, but the plate that I bought separate to attach to the gimbal head, the screw that goes to my leg on the lens, kept coming loose, so it was just wobbly as hell. I got to give you one tip: always keep the strap around your neck if you can remember it, because that was just scary for it to fall off the tripod. But I sat there and held it as steady as I could, even with that loose plate that I couldn't tighten with my fingers. And I got pretty good shots, videos of the avocets. And there's some in the distance here. Let's see if I can use that digital zoom to get even closer. It may not distort the video too badly on the iPhone, but there's a whole flock of avocet right there. And the video with the iPhone. But I got some real close-ups too with the regular SLR camera. Well, I managed to sneak up on some white pelicans and get some pretty good still shots of them taking off. Got the camera on my back, and I'm crossing this little footbridge over this canal to get to a larger body of water. Give you a little look down the canal. The muskrat just went that way. And we've got yellow-headed blackbirds and red-winged blackbirds all along here ready to pounce on any intruder. I just heard a thing on the radio about people in Bend being attacked by red-winged blackbirds on their little joggers, etc. So they're pretty territorial. They'll fight anything. Man, I'm just right up on this swallow. That's a tree swallow. So over here, you'll see a bunch of pelicans. Boy, when they get telephoto lenses on phones that work, I'm going with the phone, not lugging all those tripods around. But anyway, there's a big flock of American white pelicans swimming out across the pond. See if it'll even get closer. And I'm going to run out of video here before long, I think. But that's pretty interesting. There's a lot of fish. There's a lot of detritus, etc. There's a lot of shrimp and whatever in these waters, but I don't know how there's that much to sustain as many pelicans as you see around this country. Now they're starting to fly. Oh boy, it's so much easier to video with the phone. Look at the line of pelicans there. But they're kind of pretty when they fly in groups. They make these big swirling motions in the air. And there's some flying into the scene there. All right, I'm gonna turn off the phone and get ready in case they do a flyby. Well, there's a couple of tree swallows. Pretty easy to see with the video, with the phone camera. Amazing. I'm using the digital zoom on top of the 2x zoom that's on the iPhone 7 Plus. So, you know, you can see them distinctly there. I'll try to refocus here. I'm shaking a little bit, but get a sharp focus on them. Wow, that's something. And they're just sitting there in front of me on this little footbridge on the handrail. It's kind of a cable rail. It's not very useful for steadying a human, but birds love to perch on it. And there's the two shiny little blue and white tree swallows. See the iridescence of their coat. Very cool. So this is probably my last stop of the day. This pond is really going to be good later in the year, I think, because they fill it up more and then it starts to dry back and it just gets a real concentration of shorebirds up close to your car window. But right now there's only one, make sure it's focused, one lonely willet out there in it all by himself, and I'm just going to drive up on it a little closer and try to get a photograph of it. The light is already starting to get pretty harsh. But we're down where the river enters into the big marsh.